custom kit. Everybody wants it, everybody loves it. I'm here at the LA Cycling Factory in Italy, and we're gonna make a Pez custom kit. I'm gonna show you how it's done from start to finish, design through printing, through sewing, to the final product. This is gonna be cool. When I started thinking about this video and custom kit, I remembered that it didn't always look like this. So the very first custom kit I got was probably in around the late 80s or something. And here's the thing, back then, actual custom kit like we know it today didn't even exist. So here's what we did. You know, if you were lucky enough to have a friend or a mom who actually knew how to operate a sewing machine and could make garments, you might have bought some material and fabricated a jersey out of that, fully custom, and it was cycling kit. And in fact, that's what we did. This is the second iteration of jerseys that I have. But the technology and the design that are in fabrics today didn't even exist back then. Nobody was making yarns the way they are today, different dimple patterns and weaving techniques to actually create the materials we have now. So custom kit has come a long way since then. This Ale now offers a fully customizable line of kit. The same jerseys you can buy from their inline process. There's several different ones you can choose from, and Bibshorts. And then they've made it actually really easy to get things rolling. So the first thing you do, go to the Ale Bikewear website, have a look around. You can see right over here, there is a fully custom button right here. We click into the custom section. Let's design our team kit. Fantastic. They actually step you right through the process. This is super easy. Now, in case you didn't know, Ale already makes pro-level world tour kits for Groupama FDJ, Bardiani, Bike Exchange, Bahrain Victorious. The next question you're gonna ask yourself, okay, how do we do it? How does it all work? First step, get in contact with their custom team. Somebody from their team will actually get back to you who's gonna work with you and help you through the whole process from their side. I did this, we got onto a Zoom call, we talked about our designs, and they took it from there, and the rest of it we actually did by email because it went pretty smoothly. If you're not familiar with how the Ale kit fits, they will send you test kits that you can try the sizing on in the different jerseys and Bibshorts that they offer in their custom program. So once you've chosen which models you want and how the fit's gonna work for you, that's where they start working with you to edit and get your approval on the actual design you want. So we had a conversation, talked about some of the design elements that I like about kit. I specified some of the colors that I wanted, and they came back to me with 3 or 4 different designs, sort of initial concepts, and they sent them to me laid out, looks like this. We worked together and eventually narrowed it down to the design that we wanted and one that I liked and I thought was gonna be really cool for us. So we were able to get to a final design sign-off pretty easily. And they took it from there and then started creating the files that they need to actually cut and produce the kit that you will be wearing. All right, so right behind me, this step is where they are cutting the fabric that is going to be turned into a jersey or Bibshorts, whatever the garment is. On the table right now is the PRR jersey, and it starts out in these giant sheets of fabric that get laser cut, well, cut by this machine right here, and turned into individual pieces. We can actually see some of these pieces. There we go. They will stack up several layers of fabric on here. This can cut up to around 5 or 6 centimeters of fabric through. Each sheet is laid on top of another one. There are holes in this paper underneath it that are actually pulling some air down so that the whole stack stays compressed and none of them slip. So you got a really accurate cut. All the pieces are cut out. Each one is labeled so that when they get into production, they know where they go. And this guy is removing the different sections of the jersey and laying these up, get them organized. Once they've cut all of those pieces of fabric into the individual chunks, they get sorted out onto big tables here and actually arranged into a little packet where each packet will contain all the pieces that will go into the garment, the jersey, the Bibshorts. They're all arranged and get rolled up into one little section, and they're all organized in these little bags. Grazie. It looks like this, and this will be, this is a jersey, una maglia. It's a maglia. That's going to become a jersey right inside there. All right. All right. So we're moving on to the next step of this thing. But one thing I like about Italian factories is there's always pizza. So once the concept design is finished, the actual designs need to be built for production. So in here, in this room, behind me, everybody's doing and working on production design. Here we go, look at this, here's the actual Pez kit that we worked on. The point of the production design is to make sure that the actual design fits onto every size of jersey. So if you've got an extra large and an extra small, those logos have to be perfectly set. So when they actually produce it, everything shows up in the same spot on the jersey or the bibs. The neat thing about this too is that they can work with every kind of Pantone color. So there's no limitation on colors or what the jersey can look like. Probably the only problem would be trying to figure it out for yourself. What do you want from all these choices? Yeah. So this bundle will now contain all those pieces we see. It gets unwrapped here, and on this table we've got basically what is going to be turned into 3 different jerseys, but each one is contained, all the 3 pieces are contained, ordered and numbered and ready to go into the printer in the correct order. Grazie. All right, so once the production design file is finished, they send it into this room where they start printing the sublimation paper. The artwork that we saw in there gets printed out on this massive printer. This is a special paper that gets heated up to 200 degrees that holds a special ink that actually gets transferred onto the fabrics and turns your white jersey into something really cool. And even though these colors don't look exactly like they will in the finished product, once they get heated up and changed, the process turns them into the real colors that were chosen as part of the Pantone process in there. So once that machine lays down the ink on the paper, it transfers through into another room, which is actually a controlled humidity environment to help the ink dry fast. It comes through this giant machine right here. And as you can see, it's drying it into another dryer, essentially, so that the papers come out. The ink is now dry. It's ready to go to the print machine to transfer them onto the fabric that will become the jerseys. The neat thing about production here, it's not just for cycling. These papers behind me are for the Italian national volleyball team. So this is going to be turned into some kit for those people. So this is the big sublimation room, and there are 4 of these big sublimation machines all working at the same time, cranking out jerseys and kit. So right here is the Pez kit actually about to get sublimated. And what's happening is she's just put all the pieces of fabric for this jersey onto one of our transfer papers, and it is now heading into the machine to be sublimated. So we take another big one of the sheets here, and look, here we go. These people are professionals. They know how to lay this stuff in exactly where it's supposed to be. You can't just chuck it on there. I would have no idea what I'm doing. They've done this so many times, hundreds and thousands of times, exactly where to position pieces of fabric so that when they come out, they are printed perfectly for the assembly of the jersey. That is 210 degrees Celsius. That is the sublimation machine, and that is transferring the inks off of the transfer papers onto the fabrics that we just saw going in there, and they're going to be coming out the other side here. We're going to see them on this table in just a minute. This all happens pretty fast. It takes probably about 3 or 4 minutes. All right, check it out. We've now got fabric sublimated with the actual Pez colors on it. The jersey is coming together. These pieces now look like they're supposed to look. They're not sewn together yet, but they will be soon. I'm getting excited. bib shorts. Most important part of your bib shorts is what you're sitting on, what kind of pad you have. Different brands are sourcing their pads from all over the place. One thing I think is cool about Ale is they actually make their own chamois pads right here. So that machine right there is going to be cutting out the inserts that go inside. They start out as a big chunk of foam like this, which has been made in Italy. The guys here figured out what kind of density they want, what they want to have in their shorts. So they buy these, get this stuff shipped over in these big chunks, and it goes into one of these molds right here. They place one over top of the molds. It goes into that machine right there. Starts out looking like this, goes into the machine, gets stamped, and it comes out on the other side, and you end up with a chamois pad insert ready to get sewn into your bibs. Now let's go get this kit sewn up. We've got a jersey and one set of bibs, and we've got one of their top sewers on the job here. This is a beautiful thing, the coffee break. That's good coffee. So inside this is what's going to be my jersey. That's the jersey. These are the bib shorts. And here we're going to add some of the silicone stripping that goes into each of the garments and also the name tag. So another step in the process. Here we go. Some silicone dots right there. Oh yeah. Tag. Here we go. So that machine's doing a heat transfer. Those little tags are getting just basically glued onto the garment. Finito.
Sì.
Brava.
Brava la macchina.
Okay. So we are now moving over to a sewing station where we're going to start assembling all the pieces of the garment and turning it into a new Pez Cycling jersey and a pair of bib shorts. That label is on there. Okay, so we are into the sewing phase of starting to assemble each of the individual pieces of the garment, turning it into something. You can actually get passes through 4 different sewing stations just because there's a lot involved here and each one is slightly different than the last one. Checking the instruction sheet, it goes with each garment so they know exactly what they're sewing where. They're all a little bit different for the different models. There, we have straps. Can you see it? Bib shorts starting to take shape. So this machine is now doing double needle flat lock stitching. So certain seams need more of this and others do. So it's another machine, another step in the process. If you're starting to get the idea that there's a lot of man hours and woman hours that go into producing each one of these garments, you're right. Every single garment that comes out of here goes through all of these steps. There's nothing being done by machines. It's all being done by actual skilled Italian artisans. The bib straps are getting sewn onto the body of the bibs. Completing some chamois production back here, sewing the seat pads together. Okay, and back to the Pez kit. More double stitching going on. So it takes them about 40 minutes to 45 minutes basically to sew one garment together from start to finish. Typically they're doing these in batches, so they'll be doing stages, maybe 5 or 10 garments together in a batch and moving on to the next one, so production time is reduced a little bit. But in our case we're doing a one-off, and here's how long it's taking. All right, happening right now, exciting part of the process. They are sewing the seat pad into the bib. That's the guide stitch. Getting the seat pad sewn in correctly is the trickiest part of the whole process because you've got a foam insert that stretches and moves. You've got Lycra that's stretching and moving. We want everything to be perfectly aligned, and sometimes it takes 1 or 2 tries to get it going. But these people are professionals, so by the time it's done right.
Spero che va bene.
Sicuramente, Vera.
Prego.
Vera. Grazie.
So back down there, that first machine was basically getting the seat pad aligned perfectly inside the shorts with the right stitching, but it's got to be done by hand. They don't have a machine that can align the pad. It's all up to the operator who's using her skill to get this thing in the right place. Then, finishing it off is the next station on a different machine, putting the final stitches to secure the pad. All right, she's removing the guide stitches we put in earlier because they're not required anymore. That seat pad is sewn in right where it's supposed to be. All right, the bibs are done. Jersey is starting to come together on this machine. This PRR jersey has a zippered pocket on the back, and there's only one machine here that I can actually do that type of stitching to get that zipper in place. This is it. Look at that, package it up, put the knot around it, and we are moving to the next station. All right, you can't have a full zip jersey without a zipper, and right here at this station is where that's going in. Is it finished?
È finito?
È finito?
O devo fare l'imbattitura poi? Ah, ok. Sì, ma non sono più buono di parlare in inglese e Lauria.
All right, behind me is the table where the finished goods get packaged up and put into those bags you get when you buy your new jersey and your new bib. Little bits of thread are being removed, and in a second we're going to find out the magic secret formula for folding bib shorts. I know, impossible to recreate at home until now. Right there, that is a perfectly folded and packaged pair of Bibshorts. Now the jersey, let's see how we do that. Custom kit. Designed, printed, produced, cut, sewn, and next, did you know that much time and that many hours went into making this kind of stuff? We're talking around, I don't know, 10 different machines, countless stations, and boom, you got some kit to wear. All right, Pez fans, there you have it. That is how custom kit gets made. Probably a lot more time, effort, and hours go into that than it will take you to get your buddies organized and get an order submitted to the Ale Bikewear website. Turnaround times are around 8 to 12 weeks. Order minimums start at 10 pieces, and you can split that amongst sizes, jerseys and bibs, men's and women's kit. So they do make it pretty easy to get things rolling. Check them out. I'll put a link to their website down below. Good luck with your kit, and let me know how it turns out. We'd love to see it. All right, thanks for watching.